My practice is in Boston, and I started my biomimetic practice back in 2017. It was just a simple question from patient asking what type of dentistry I do, but also he had like 10 requirements that I needed to have in order for, it was like kind of like interviewing me to be his dentist. One of the thing was like I had to be a biomimetic dentist.
I saw Ray Bertolotti in 1996 for the first time. And I was like, these are my people, right? Like, I want to do conservative dentistry. Nobody's talking about it. So from 1996 to now, I've just been ultra conservative.
I've been interested in forming insurance companies. I'm very interested in the business aspect of dentistry, and spent a long time studying insurance, and realized as we were getting busier, producing more, I was becoming less profitable. And it sparked a dive into looking at the reimbursement schedules in the United States and sort of what that entails.
Biomimetic dentistry was something that patient kind of demanded from me, which I fell in love. And then ever since I took the course in LA, I just kind of went on rabbit hole. I took a course from David Allman and Matt Najad, and then went to Sardinia, met Simona, so forth. And then I attended all the annual meetings, which I miss. And then I immediately came back and I bought all the equipment, everything, material. So that's kind of my journey into biomimetic dentistry.
Maybe because I was an associate of my dad's practice, and my dad loved to do all the crowns and bridges and reconstructions. And he said, hey, John, how about you do all the fillings and all the kids and all the adults that act like kids, as any good associate, should be like. But I fell in love with fillings, and also I live in a world that is kind of a reality that when I say, hey, you need a crown, and they're like, well, how much is a buildup in a crown? And I'll say somewhere in the range of $2,000, and they'll say, well, how much is it to pull it? And so the real world says, you need to come up with some options for people. So, I started doing bigger fillings for these people that couldn't afford, ideal dentistry. And so what happened was I was like, I just don't know if this is going to last. And that's what I used to say. And then on recall, I used to see these same fillings 10, 12, 15 years later. And I started saying, you know what, maybe these do last, that I don't have to put a caveat when I do them. So I do big fillings all the time, and I don't say, I don't know if this is going to last. And then what it became was, that was my permanent restoration. I don't even offer them crowns anymore. I do, 3, 4 cusp restorations, and I know that they're going to last for decades. So I feel like that is the way that I treat my patients better, and they appreciate it. And that's why my practice, I feel, is so successful, because, I'm fair.
I then found some mentors online that led me to question standard dentistry, and said maybe I could do better than, the accepted 5 to 7 year failure horizon that we're used to. So those mentors led me to this group, and a lot of European style dentistry, which I believe biomimetics is sort of, European style, but it goes deeper into that when we really get into the history of it. And so that led me into a lot of different rabbit holes, and realized that a lot of things that we do could be done better. And so that's how I got started with biomimetic dentistry. I have a dental plan, but like I said, my ultimate goal is, if I'm gonna alter the disease progression, I want to be paid for altering the disease progression.
So right now it's fee for service. And when I opened my office, which was 10 years ago, we accepted 5 insurances, and then we just kind of gradually dropped insurances until we had Delta and Blue Cross, because those were the most popular ones. But then 2 years ago, we just realized the amount of time we spent for biomimetic procedures. As you all know, for MOD or MODL composite, I need 2 hours. I can't do it in an hour or less than that. I don't want to think about rushing. And then I never really pay attention to what I was reimbursed, but it's heartbreaking. I'm like, oh my God, like I spent so much time. So we just dropped the last, 2 insurances, but we did it pretty strategically. We announced it like a year before we dropped the last two. And then we just like really tried to educate. We sent emails, we had signs. We love it. Like we feel like we're putting our best, and then we get paid for what we do. So with the switch to fee for service, we have gradually like increased our fee, but not too much, because we didn't want to do too much like all at once, like drop the insurance and increase the fees. But at the same time, we have offered patients who pay cash or check like 5% discount. And then I have never seen this many checks being deposited in the last 2 years, because everybody wants the 5% discount. And then we also have a in-house insurance plan as well. So those are something we try to kind of explain to the patients, like, hey, like we're not trying to get all the money we can get from everybody. We're trying to help, but we also have, Boston's very expensive. The rent is high, and I want to pay my staff well. So, but at the same time, the bottom line that we had more satisfying and appreciative patients than ever before.
One of the issues that I had when I was in-network dentist with 17 different PPOs. And as you know, as an in-network dentist, you don't get to decide your own fee schedule. And so the first year that I started biomimetic dentistry, I was doing 30 to 50 crowns a month, and that dropped to 3 to 5 crowns a month. And so I almost went out of business, because if you take insurance and you understand you're replacing crowns with direct restorations, there's a big issue with reimbursements. So what I was trying to do is I just figured, why don't I just replace dental insurance with something that is going to be better for the patient, it's going to be better for myself. So I spent a lot of time understanding dental plans, understanding the risk associated with dental insurance. Went back and got an MBA, and I developed a dental plan that I work with a third-party company that really allows me to be out of network, no assignment of benefits, but pays me appropriately for the type of work that we're doing, time-based. And then also provides the patients a way to come to our office with something that they understand. Americans understand dental insurance, and so if you can give them a product that acts in a similar manner, it makes it more tolerable to come to an out-of-network, cash-based practice. Currently, it's just for my practice. I have a goal to be able to integrate with any other practice across the country. And Saul was talking about the wave of the future. I think the wave of the future is going to be the government third-party insurances. Everyone is going to the value-based healthcare, which means that we want dentists to accept the risk. The problem is right now, no one's talking about profit sharing from when we reduce the utilization of dental fees. So we have to have a way to pay dentists a health bonus for the procedures that we avoid. And so that's what I'm sort of working on is, so if Dr. Gammichia, Dr. Yuko and I said, hey, we want to have a plan, why can't we sell a plan directly to a patient, allow them, create a network of super high quality biomimetic dentists, minimally invasive dentists, to be able to offer them direct to consumer benefits. And so I really think that's the wave of the future with the way insurance is coming and insurance technology is coming. I really think we're going to see sort of different alternative payment methods. And a dental plan is a great way to get started into accepting the risk, but also to make money on patients that want to come see you, even if they feel that they can't afford you.